Thank you to everyone listening to the Dandy Dozen Minis, the Dandy Dozen Mini podcast that are going to be rolling out one a day starting on August 17th until August 28th to accompany the Dandy Dozen stories that appear in the print edition of the Northwest Florida Daily News and online at nwfdailynews.com. This, again, will continue with one podcast a day accompanying the story on each Dandy Dozen selection going from Monday, August 17th until Friday, August 28th, which is the first full day of high school football and also the day our high school football season preview section appears in the Northwest Florida Daily News. Before we get to the episode, I'd like to mention one of the sponsors in the Northwest Florida Daily News, Pepitos. There are locations all around the Emerald Coast. One in Destin, one in Fort Walton Beach, one in Niceville. If you're craving Mexican food, you may as well go to the best. Honestly, one of my favorite picks. If you've been, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't enjoyed Pepitos before, if you haven't tried it out, I don't know what you're waiting for. Make it a night out at any of the 3 locations in Okaloosa County. And if I haven't sold you on it yet, they support high school sports in the area. It's a good reason to support them back. Devin Golden with the Northwest Florida Daily News here doing the Dandy Dozen mini podcast, and I've got Baker's Montae Barto, one of the few that we have on Dandy Dozen who plays both sides of the ball in the backfield and also at linebacker, yes, correct? I think middle linebacker, yes, sir, right now, and it's going into senior year, correct? First off, congratulations, and I say the same thing to everybody. Congratulations for being on the Dandy Dozen. You know, it's an honor. It's been going back, I don't know, before I was born, yes, you know, before my parents graduated from high school. So it's been going back for a while. I have to ask, first question I have to ask, are you really good with interviews? I mean, do you get kind of quiet, or are you very outspoken and easy with them?
I love the opportunity to be here in the interview. So, I mean, the interview, you know, y'all get to test my intelligence, really see how I talk, and really get to know me. So, I mean, I like interviews. Yeah. I mean, I'm good with camera and stuff like that. Really? It's fun. It's a great opportunity.
I mean, teenagers, and I was this way when I was a teen. You know, I kind of got into a shell a little bit. And some kids do that. They just don't really, they kind of get quiet. They don't really know what to say. They're unsure. They don't necessarily, like, trust themselves, maybe. Yeah. So it's kind of like you ask them a question, yes, no. But you seem like you're a little bit more easy with, you know, being able to articulate.
I say the more publicity, the better, because, I mean, I'm trying to get a scholarship like everybody else out here. And I see that these colleges are going to be looking at this maybe one day.
I got to ask the cleats. Are these your game cleats?
Yeah, these are my game cleats.
All right, Batman. How did that come about?
What happened was...
So there's only everyone who's listening. There is a Batman logo on the back heel of Montae Barto's cleats, which is awesome. That's the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Well, I mean, what happened was I looked. All right, I was at Hibbett's, right, and my parents were like, "What kind of cleats you want?" And I wanted something to protect your ankles like this. You know,
yeah, something high up. Yeah.
So I was like, I want to get something, you know, that actually matched Baker's colors a little bit too. So I tried to find some maroon, you know, high ankle cleats, and there wasn't none there. There was only these Batman cleats and Superman cleats. And I mean, it was either Superman or Batman.
All right, so you have to explain why. So who wins a fight, Superman or Batman? We're going to find out
Batman.
Like in a few years.
Yeah,
when
they're about to make a movie coming out, but I'm going for Batman. I'm rooting him for Batman all the way because he's the Dark Knight. He did what was right, and he still got hated on, and I love the underdog.
Really? Yeah. I got you. So are you a more Batman fan than Superman?
Yes.
So you had the choice between the two for the cleats, and you chose Batman.
I chose Batman. I love Batman.
How does it fit your personality more? I mean,
yes,
in what way? And even in football, does it fit? I mean, do you see yourself as Batman kind of on the football field? I don't know.
I see myself as Batman more than Superman because everyone likes Superman. And you know, coming from Baker and Crestview, I moved from Crestview to Baker, and there's a lot of people that didn't want me to make it. And I mean, I'm getting as far as I can get right now, and I mean, I'm gonna try to go farther. And I mean, I've been hated on by many people. So I mean, Batman fitted me, and I liked it.
We mentioned you as a freshman and where you were as a freshman to now. Biggest difference in you as a football player? That's a tough question.
God's playing with me. This my senior year. From freshman year, I was trying to be a little thuggish, kind of. I wasn't focused on football, you know, being my main goal.
Okay.
I didn't really get a passion for the sport. I was good at it. I just never had that passion, that fire to play it until I wanted to do right. So
really,
I mean, this year's God's with me and God's looking out for me. I want to be with God on the field. I want to be a godly example on this football field. So yeah,
I got you. What type of personality do you have in the locker room before the game? Are you someone who's in everyone's faces and you're getting hyped up and you're getting them hyped up and you're banging on the locker room, or are you more to yourself?
All right, and before the game, maybe a few hours before the game when we eat and all that, and we go. Well, I don't know if you know this. We go to church every time before we go to the game. You know, for like, I don't know, 2 hours in, when it's getting real close to game time, crunch time, I'm going to be in everyone's faces.
Really?
And, yeah, I'm going to be getting everyone hyped up. But whenever it's like maybe 2-3 hours before the game, I'm relaxed. I listen to music. Yeah, I go to sleep, really.
What music do you listen to? Is there one song that gets you in the mood for football every Friday?
Lucci, Patience is my favorite. I listen to a lot of Lucci. I don't know if you know him.
No, I don't. But that's okay. I might have to. You're giving me music choices now.
Yeah, Lucci. I listened to a lot of Rich Homie Quan when he was younger.
Okay.
I love the music. You know, it's the ones that tell stories, the rappers that tell stories. I love hip hop, but I love the ones that I can relate to that came from the same place I came from. So
let's talk about Baker for this season. You play on both sides, so tell me, what do you think is the strength?
For like offensive defense,
calling card, what's gonna be the strength for Baker? And you can't say both. That's a cop out. I mean, both. I mean, they can both be really good, but what's gonna be the one thing that, man, you guys, when you need it, you're gonna win. You're gonna win a district championship on this.
I would have to say
that's tough, huh?
I don't lead the offense, so I'm gonna go with my defense. I lead the defense.
John leads the offense, so if I ask him, he's gonna say offense.
He's gonna say offense. I'm gonna say defense, though.
I got you.
I love my defensive players out there. I got Jalen with me as outside linebacker, and I got Nick with me as a linebacker, and I also got Austin Davis with me as a linebacker, which is our running back too.
Yeah.
That he switches with me in running back too. So it's I love those guys to death, and I mean they love hitting. So,
really?
Yeah, they ain't afraid to hit nobody.
I got you.
So I'm gonna go with the defense is gonna stop them.
I got
you. It's gonna be fourth and
fourth and 1. I got you. In the region championship, state championship. Okay.
State championship. Yep.
Give me a prediction for Baker for 2015. State.
Yeah.
Is it? I mean, you guys have won 2 straight district championships, right? At this point, do you feel like you like at least region, getting into state semifinals, making a serious run at a state title?
Well, we're making a serious run at the state title this year. We have better chemistry, way better chemistry this year. We got a better defense this year to slow down certain teams that we're going to try to slow down that we didn't last year. I mean, we're getting better overall as a whole. I mean, it started when DJ was running the ball my sophomore year. And then junior year, we tried to make a transition, but it was too quick of a transition. This year is going to be the year, though.
Baker is kind of known to be you guys love to be smash mouth, run at people.
Yes.
And in the 80s, when Baker won 3 state championships, and even in the early 90s when you guys added another on, it was smash mouth. Do you take? I mean, is there a sense of pride in that? That when teams come play you, they're going to leave with bruises.
Yeah, they know.
Maybe a bloody nose.
They know that we're going to hit. They know that we ain't afraid. To put our head in there. It's kind of funny too because what we did this year was we did the Auburn type offense, the no huddle, and we added smash mouth to that. So instead of maybe we'll be in shotgun a lot of times, but we'll also be under center, and we'll be running no huddle under center and just smashing it in there.
I'll say it to you again. Congratulations, Danny Dozen. Is it kind of overwhelming, all the publicity? I mean, you seem like you can handle it really good.
Yeah, it's a blessing. I love every bit of it.
Badman has to handle the publicity pretty
he does have to handle the publicity.
Badman has to handle the publicity.
Yeah.
I mean, he like you said, he gets hated on. He's a dark knight.
Yep.
But he has to kind of put up the shell and answer the questions and
learn when not to do something and when to do something. He's a leader.
I don't think we've ever had anyone wear Batman cleats though. So I think that's a first. You're a trendsetter. That's perfect, man. Hey, I appreciate it.